Welcome to the Deal Making Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Del Real. This is a place where we talk about real estate deals, things that are happening in Merced, and the people who make the deals happen. And I am excited to welcome to the show today, Victoria Del Real. Welcome to the show, Victoria.
Thanks, Dan.
So Victoria works here with us. She's one of the co-owners of Del Real Commercial Real Estate. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Alrighty. Well, I'm your wife, first and foremost. And I help behind the scenes. I feel like I do a lot of the back end with support and all the fun stuff from accounting and managing and assisting paperwork. I've been known to do a few of my own deals, but yeah, it's fun.
So primarily focusing on operations, but you've worn many hats over the years. And so when you first got started, tell us about that. How did you first get into real estate?
Oh my goodness. So I just came from a need, honestly. Like, I remember you were swamped with deals and you were trying to do so many things, and you were like, I could really use a hand. And I just said, okay, well, what does that look like? And I remember starting with the marketing, and so creating like your marketing packages and just any of the admin stuff, that you needed a hand with, kind of like, just your administrative assistant, I would say. And then it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, so this should be a great conversation, because as we're talking, like, it takes me back to where we were, 5-6 years ago. And I think that marketing is a great way to learn real estate, because you really are looking at, you're looking at property, you're understanding all the different components of property, how to market it, how to sell it. And then so it's a great, first step. And then you've done many things behind that. So I'm excited to have a conversation with you today, and then just, learn about your journey over the last 5 years. And that makes sense. And then why did you kind of move away from marketing into doing something else? Like what changed?
So we just started to get busier, I felt like. And then I started talking to clients of my own, and then that was really neat. That was, something that was kind of unexpected, but the need was there. And then I started to kind of just, see that I had, an opportunity, and there were people that needed services, and you were busy with clients. And so I'm like, well, I don't want these people to fall through the cracks. And then just started working with clients of my own, and then just really having fun doing that. And then, so that's kind of like where the sales and leasing started, for me. And then, like you said, I did learn a lot just from marketing all the properties that I knew more than I thought I knew. And that really helped.
And how did you feel about the marketing role? Did you enjoy that? Or was that something that were you still learning in that role? Or how did you feel about the role when you were in it?
I was good. Yeah, I liked it. It was a lot of learning, a lot of learning. And I didn't really know how everything fit together until I did. And then it started to click. Once I started talking with clients, then I understood why, we provide the information that we provide, and how, if you're looking for a space, or, if you're an owner and you're trying to find a tenant, to come into your space, or if you're a buyer looking for a space, why all these components are important to you, like size and price and how old something is, where it's at, just all the details around it. I just saw how all the pieces work together. And so that was good. It was a good learning experience practically. And then, putting it into practice, that was really helpful.
Yeah. So you enjoyed the role, but then you saw a need, and then it was a good introductory role for you into real estate. But then you saw there was a need to help people, and there was an opportunity to help people. And so you thought, this is something I could do. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it was kind of like something that I didn't even I didn't even see, my strength in it, I guess, until I actually started just having conversations with people and realizing, like, oh, I'm actually really good with people, and I can help them. So that's been really fun.
Yeah, the people part came natural to you. It's the real estate that you learned.
Yes.
That's the industry. And then thinking back, when did you get licensed? What year was it?
Oh my goodness. What year was it? I think it was 2023
2023?
or maybe 2022.
Okay. Did you get licensed during the COVID period?
It's kind of foggy. I just remember, what I remember is that my dad passed away.
Yeah. So it's kind of a blur.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that happened like right as soon as I got my license. So I got licensed. I remember we were excited about that. I got to call him and tell him. And then literally within like a week, he passed away.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. So your dad passed away around that time. And then also, yeah, I remember the process for getting licensed was very, very different around the COVID area. Because I want to say the state of California, they changed their process. Maybe they shut down their offices. Something happened. And it was like before COVID, it went relatively quickly. During that time, it just took forever. Does any of that sound familiar?
Oh, yeah. Because I remember studying for the exam and then submitting my paperwork. And then it was like 6 months before I got a test date.
6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like that was one of the times where things were moving very, very slow. And then now it's gotten a little bit better. I think it's about 2 months now or something like that. Okay. So then you got licensed, you got your license, and then what happened?
And then it was off to the races. I felt like, there was more learning. The practical learning side came in. But because I had been working with you and doing all the marketing, I felt like that was really helpful.
Okay.
That helped with the transition. The part that was challenging was, the grief and going through that. Because on the one hand, I had, like all this excitement around like, oh, I'm coming into a new industry and, I get to work with you and we're building a business together. But then on the other side, the flip side, it was like, my heart was just not in it because I was so sad from the loss. So it just felt like two things that were like in conflict with one another at the same time.
Yeah. So you got started as an agent during a time period where you were experiencing a lot of loss, and that was hard.
Yeah, it was extremely hard.
Yeah, I could see how that. I mean, just by itself, real estate is challenging, and so going through such a big loss, experiencing such a big loss and getting started, I could see how that'd be really tough. And I remember those times. That was a tough time. And then with where you're at now, so what's kind of happened along the way from that time when you first got started to where you're at now? What's the journey been like?
It's been a lot, honestly. At times it's felt like drinking from a fire hydrant, like, it's too much information. So many things to process, I feel like. But honestly, like, you've been such a big help. If I didn't have you, I don't think I would do it at all. Because
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, there are so many obstacles. I feel like things that I didn't know, or I didn't know how to work through, or like how do I deal with this challenge and this challenge, but I felt like because I had you and you had gone before me and you had dealt with a lot of those challenges that I was facing, just like your encouragement and your perspective really helped me. And then, I trust you. And so I just felt like you would tell me things and I would say like, okay, we're going to just move forward. And so we would. So I do feel like it's probably the biggest challenge that we've overcome, like personally and professionally. And I'm really proud of that.
That's great. Yeah. So you've had a bunch of challenges along the way, but you feel like working together and then having me here for support has helped you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's good feedback. It'd be bad if you were like, hey, in spite of you, I've been able to overcome these challenges. So that's good to hear.
Yeah, no.
And then what type, without naming names, like what kind of challenges come to mind? Like what exactly are you talking about?
I think just, coming into a brand new industry, and then there's like so much to learn. There's so many like things to learn that were
Well, I
super
thought
fun.
commercial real estate was like you do big deals, you get big checks, and you go play golf. Are you saying that's not
No,
what you do?
no, no, that's not it at all. Yeah, I feel like we solve problems all day for people, and it is very much like a specialty because dealing with, business owners and, property owners and kind of like where we're at in the industry, it's very different than what I thought it was. But it's also very fun because we get to help people who are entrepreneurial, which is, how we think. We're creatives and we think the same way. And so it's been really neat to meet like minded people and just help them to level up or expand or, like see their dream come to fruition. And so that's been really cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, that certainly does feel good to help somebody do something that they want to do and then make a friend along the way.
Well, yeah, and then we live here, so we're directly impacted by those businesses that get to open up their doors and, like making this our home and that our kids live here. Like, I want it to be the best that it can be. And we love to travel, we like to go places. And so to see Merced's downtown be transformed and to have had just a small part in that and see these businesses thriving, it feels amazing. Yeah, I just want it to continue to grow and have cool places to go and eat and shop and stuff.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. It definitely has changed over the last 5 years. And so yeah, if you're strolling down in downtown Merced, which, our office is right down the street, it does feel pretty cool to walk down the street and see these businesses that are there and it's growing and thriving. That's really good. And you've done, as I'm kind of thinking about it, so you've done marketing, you've done leasing, you've done sales, you're focused on operations right now. What, do you have a favorite role?
Do I have a favorite role?
Yeah. Or which one of those, as you kind of think about those things, do you have like a favorite thing that stands out from your time in real estate?
You know what? I think it's really cool now that we have like agents coming on board and, that like, our sons are here and our daughter. It's really cool to help them. It's really cool to be able to help them navigate the obstacles and challenges that we have had to like overcome to set them up for those wins. And it's like, oh, I know exactly, the challenges you're going to face and how to help you. And so I feel like that feels really good because, they're young and I want them to be successful. I want them to learn how to win, at life and business. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So helping the people that work here.
Yeah.
That's one of your favorite parts of the job.
Yeah, it's like a new favorite thing because it's new, and so before, it was like, oh, it's cool to help the businesses, and it still is, but because this is like a newer role that we have, or that I have, it's been really cool to see them, like take the baton and run.
Yeah, it's like you're solving problems for people outside of the office all the time, and then now you're helping people solve problems inside the office, and then you get to help watch them grow and learn, and that's what you enjoy, is what I mean.
Yes.
Okay. And so what are you working on now? Do you have any projects coming up that you're excited about?
Yes, I have this amazing podcast room that I think is really cool.
Yeah, I should mention that we're shooting in a new room that was recently painted, and we have new lights that we've brought in. Our contractor Adrian did an amazing job, and then our tech crew Gabriel Arturo helped set up today, and so yeah, I think so you really like the room, and tell us about that. What do you?
I just think it's cool. I know this is something that we've talked about for a long time. You know, to see it come together so nicely, it's really cool, and I look forward to the conversations that we'll have, you know, with others along the way. So, really excited about that.
Yeah, no, me too. There's yeah, you're exactly right. We wanted to do this for a long time. Timing wasn't right. Now we're, you know, we have a dedicated room for content, and I'm excited about just continuing to make content and putting it out there week over week. So I'm right there with you. Okay, cool. So is there anything that you want to say to the people who are watching? What message do you have to share that, you know, people might want to hear from you?
I guess I would say, if you're on the fence about doing something new, you know, don't let that be something that stops you. I would say I was very much on the fence. I felt like the timing for a new career for me was just not there, you know. But if I had let that stop me, I wouldn't be where I am. And I'm really thankful, you know, for just the support and encouragement to keep going, because I love that we get to work together. And I love that we get to work with our kids, and that we have a similar schedule. I think that's amazing, because that's something, you know, that's cool. And we get to plan, as you know, we get to impact our schedule daily, and plan it for the most part. Kind of what that looks like. But yeah, I would say that, you know, don't let challenges stop you from whatever it is that you're trying to do. Like, let them motivate you and push you to that breakthrough, because it feels good on the other side.
So would you say that you've grown, like, here working with real estate? Because it sounds like what you're saying is, hey, you know, I've faced challenges, but I didn't let them keep me back. So is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Oh yeah, definitely. So much growth. I think probably the most growth personally and professionally in a really long time.
Yeah. And then if you were to pinpoint or describe that growth, like where have you grown? Like, what does growth look like?
It just looks like, I think, you know, being willing to have, you know, an honest conversation with myself about where I was, and then just, you know, like the fear of letting go of like familiar maybe relationships, like, you know, that I had with my dad, and just what does it look like to not have that, you know, and then like still taking the next step forward, or like in a career where everything is so new and it's like a completely new industry for me, and then like being willing to dip my toe in it, like, you know, am I gonna be good at it, or like all the unknowns, I would say, that like came along with it, and then, you know, taking one step at a time to say like, oh, you know, I can be here, I can do this work, and I can actually do a good job and feel proud of the work that I'm able to do. So I would say like those are the things that come to mind.
Yeah, your situation, it's very unique because you had personal loss, losing your dad, and then that can be challenging, and I could see how that would keep you from moving forward, or maybe get in the way of you, or being kind of a reason or an excuse to say, hey, I can't do this thing over here. But what you're saying is you had that challenge, you dealt with it and grieved, and kind of parallel to that, you started this new thing. And so when you're saying, hey, don't let challenges hold you back, that's kind of what I'm hearing you say is, looking back, you could see like, hey, I grew through the process, and it was hard, but it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. That's great. Well, congratulations, because I had a front row seat to that, and I know that was challenging, and it was a lot of hard work. So great job doing the hard work.
Thank you.
Okay, great. And so if people want to lease space, want to buy or sell something, or just want to get a hold of you, how do they contact you?
Yeah, just you can find us online. We'll have all the contact info down below. But yeah, love to grab coffee and answer any questions.
Very good. Well, thank you for joining us on this episode and taking time to chat with us. And look forward to talking with you later in the day.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Our plan over the next couple of weeks is to just continue talking with people in the office, people here at Del Real Commercial. And then after that, we'll see. We'll see what's next. And, we have some plans and some announcements coming later on down the road. So if you enjoyed this conversation, definitely make sure you like, subscribe, so you could get new episodes when they drop. Thanks again for following along. Thank you for spending some time with us. We'll talk to you guys again soon.